Welcome to Cybos 2018. I'm Des Blanchfield, and we are here at the International Convention Centre in Darling Harbour in Sydney, Australia. And I have the pleasure of being joined by Erwin van Helden from Temenos. Hi, Erwin, how are you?
Hi, Des. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining me on camera. So we've had a couple of exciting days here at Cybos this week, and I've seen your pavilion here at Temenos just humming. There's been people on here all day, all morning. Some really exciting conversations that I thought we would just briefly share with the audience here. Let's just start out with what's been on people's minds. So what sort of questions have they been asking you, and what are some of the key challenges that they've been bringing to you to face around their industry, their market, banking and payments, and what Temenos has been able to offer them?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the question. It has been indeed quite busy here in the sun, and we're very, very happy that we have seen so many people. Let me introduce myself a little bit more in detail. I'm based out of Dubai, responsible for business development in Africa, Middle East and Pakistan for our payments hub and our digital channels.
Big markets.
Yeah, it's a big market, and it's actually kind of booming. Our Temenos Payments Hub is developed about 6 years ago together with ABN AMRO for the international network.
Okay.
Currently we have 4 clients live and 50 clients signed and in implementation phase. And for the digital channels, yeah, any bank at this moment who is serious about any new generation is moving into the digital space. Our slogan is digital to the core. We have T24, 24 standing for 24 hours, so online real-time handling of all the internal bank processes. And in the front end you need something which is able to respond immediately and have an instant response to what the client really needs to do within your bank. So that's what we are providing, that's what I'm providing. And the traction within the Middle East is really high. We have several neobanks which work with our solutions. And everybody understands that the next generation is going to be digital only. Main question is for those digital banks is how do I engage the customer? How do I make sure that the customer stays with us? Because any client can go into an app store, open an app, download it and go on board with the new bank.
Gotcha.
So customer engagement, one-on-one relationships, that's the key. Emulating what you had in the brick and mortar branch, having a one-on-one relationship in the digital space, that's what we provide.
It's someone here the other day said faster, leaner, meaner, keener and cheaper, and I was like, wow, that's a big challenge. Now, Africa, 1.1 billion people across 54 very diverse nations. You've got that Middle Eastern region. A couple of key things jumped out at me. I heard them here the other day. Someone said that most of this market's unbanked, so therefore they're getting their first bank account. They're just getting their first mobile phone. Their expectations are very high because they've not known what to expect. Now they've got a mobile phone that's on effectively, except for it goes flat. So that must change the cultural and behavioural trend of an end user. Spot on. From what you and I might have grown up with, right?
No, I think you have the matter completely correct. Right. So to start with, financial inclusion is part of our suite, our offering. So financial inclusion and microfinance. We talk about microfinance, micro lending, micro payments. It's part of the T24 suite. That to start with. On top of that, a little bit about the journey of Sub-Saharan Africa. In Kenya 10 years ago, 11 years ago, Safaricom started with a solution called M-Pesa. Safaricom is Vodafone. So 10 years ago already mobile payments were something which was in use. But you can see now in Africa that there's an opportunity to leapfrog. You see the telcos having the space in Kenya, but the banks realize really well in Africa that when the economy is picking up, and it is picking up in Africa, with Chinese investments, with international trade, with people moving to the digital space, they understand if the banks don't pick up the payment solutions on the phone, the telcos will do that. So what we see in Nigeria is that and in Ghana, so more the Western African side, we see that mobile phones and the penetration of mobile phones is really high, and banks are starting to invest intensively to make sure that they reach out to the younger generation who have those mobile phones. Maybe we're not talking iPhones, maybe we're not all talking the Samsung phones, but HTC and all the lower end, which is still smartphones. We still see feature phones a lot. We also play in the feature phone market. But it's fading out. Also Pakistan, which is in my scope, 80% of the population is unbanked.
Wow,
that's a significant 80%, and that's 44 banks. 12 of those banks are running our T24 environment. But you can see Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation stepping in. They do a significant investment in together with State Bank of Pakistan in financial inclusion, interoperability, and that means the digital flows will increase as well. So all those banks are talking to us on how to move to the digital space, and maybe even have a neobank next to their bank. So it looks like Africa and Middle East is behind Europe and the US, but there's a huge opportunity there, and the opportunity is so strong that you might even consider them leapfrogging. Instant payments in Ghana, instant payments in Nigeria are already existing. South Africa was actually already 10 years ago and is improving, and comes next year with a new instant payment schedule. So I'd say there's 2 countries in the world with cryptocurrencies, and they are both in Africa. It's Uganda and Tunisia.
Right.
So you can see there is big steps going to take
very
place.
Fast.
And well, Europe and the US is based on legacy environments.
Yep.
This legacy is non-existent in Africa, non-existent in the Middle East. So with the growth which we see now, the geopolitical situation stabilizing, the safety coming back in, you see foreign investment money, mostly Chinese money coming in. There is a prediction that this market will step up, and especially in the digital space.
Yeah, and they move fast and at scale. Now, underpinning all of that, you reminded me of a lightning talk that your associate Stephen Dickens from IBM in the Linux One provided here yesterday that I watched. Really keen to, before we wrap up, get some quick insight in kind of where the IBM Linux One platform fits into your world with the new T24 platform from Temenos.
Yeah, no, on a personal, super. I believe very strong in IBM. Just a little bit of personal history. 6 months ago, I actually left IBM after 4 years of IBM. Great place. I actually did a long time considering and making sure that I took the right step into stepping into Temenos. Seeing IBM coming so close into Temenos makes it two of the best worlds, coming together for me personally.
Right?
For me, it means I'm coming back home a little bit. Yep. But that, next to that, I think the infrastructure stack of IBM, especially the mainframe, is proven technology in the payment space. It's also 24/7, just like we are. IBM Z, it means zero downtime. I think that is unbeaten. So the combination of both, having the new IBM Z platform and the T24, I think if we want to penetrate markets, maybe even outside of Africa, Temenos is going and moving into the US space. IBM name in the US space is really big. A joint go-to-market would make Temenos strong, and I'm pretty sure Temenos T24, with the penetration level we have globally and the reputation we have, is also creating good loads on IBM Z. So for the client it's good, because it's 24/7, it's real-time, it's reliable, high processing, for instant payments, super platform. So I think it's a good step forward, but also for the joint cooperations, it's a good step forward. We stay a software vendor, we will remain vendor independent, hardware stack independent, but the combination of IBM Z and T24 combination in heaven is a good term, but I think it's a logical combination in which we are servicing the banks with their instant needs immediately. And I think we do a great job.
Fantastic. Well, Erwin, thank you so much for making time to catch up with me on camera. It's been great to get to know you over the last few days and your team, and congratulations on a very successful Sibos 2018. And I look forward to some exciting future coming out of this organization and your team.
Yeah, and look forward to staying in touch with you.
We will do indeed. Well, thank you very much, folks. We're going to wrap up with that. Some great insights from Erwin and what they were doing here at Temenos and the relationship with IBM and the Linux One platform. And we will see you in the next video. I'm Des Blanchfield, and we're at Sibos 2018. Thanks for your time.